All right, and we're live. Season 2, episode 10 of SU Sports Weekly. I'm your host, Connor Shank, alongside my longtime friend and brother, Jake Shank. What's up, Jake?
What's going on, Connor? How you doing?
Doing
It's
good,
good to
doing
have
good.
everybody back. Had a great, eventful week this week. Let's just go ahead and dive into it, shall we?
Yep, looking forward to a lot of fun. And welcome back to all those who joined us in the past and maybe the first-time listeners today. And this is Ned's Table Media, or a media outlet that supports and showcases all things SVU sports, athletes with players of the week, sports recaps. We got coaches interviews, player interviews, things of that nature. So it's your one-stop shop for all things SVU sports, and join along.
Very good. Yep. Like you said, I mean, we've got everything from interviews to coverage of games, results, everything. So make sure to stay tuned and just lock in. Alrighty, so the Knights competed in 9 games and matches this past week. We released the 2024 season recap for the football team, and we will be coming out with the season recap for the volleyball team this week. We're also going to have two of the women's basketball players on the show this week for an interview. So make sure you just stay tuned and lock into that.
Yep, and a light week on the events this week, so we're going to try to get a few more interviews and coaches and players on the show. And if you're one of those, interested players or coaches, make sure to hit us up, and we'll get you on the show and get after that. And we'll do a special shout out for our sponsor. Likeness is the company. They're a unique clothing brand dedicated to name, image, and likeness movement, supporting all student athletes. They've done a number of collabs with SVU athletes in the past, and always looking to do more. So offer custom apparel to help you build and elevate your brand, allowing you to make a statement that's uniquely yours. So make sure to join Likeness and wear it with pride. And looking forward to future kind of merch collab with them coming up too. So let's dive into the recap with women's basketball this week. They faced Gifford earlier in the week, lost 65 to 82. With that score doesn't really do justice. They didn't shoot very well from three and had a few fast break points not go their way, but a lot closer than the score looks there. And the top performers are Ruth Kempler. She led the team in points with 20 and 4 rebounds. Then we had Abigail Snyder at 18 points and then led the team in rebounds with 11 and added 4 assists. Addison Newman had 10 points and 3 steals. And then Maria Savoon led the team in assists with 5. And then on to Methodist, where they won 72 to 59. Abigail Snyder led the team with points with points with 22 and rebounds with 12, and Ruth Kempler added 13 points. Haley Page added 11 points. Aisha Foster put up 10 points at 5 rebounds. Then you had Camille Norton shot 2 from 4 from downtown, adding to the point total there. And then to close the week, they won again versus Meredith, 68 to 36, with Aisha Foster 10 points, 5 rebounds. Then you had Abigail Snyder, 9 points, 7 rebounds. Aisha Canty led the team in rebounds with 9. Ruth Kempler added 10 points and 8 rebounds. And then Camille Norton added 8 points as well. So that leaves them with a 4-2 overall record, 2-0 in conference. And keep in mind, the Knights are now 3-0 at home, which is kind of a theme that we'll continue to roll out here in the SVU Sports Recap, is the home record of the Knights in their games and events.
Yeah, it's great to see them performing at a high level right now. Like you're saying, it's the barn. It's the barn. So I think
Built different.
yeah, everybody loves to play in the barn. Everybody loves to pack the barn. So keep doing it. Alrighty, jumping over to the men's side of basketball. They started off the week with a loss 96 to 50 to a Division I program of Radford. It was a great game. It was on ESPN, so it was good to see the Knights kind of on that bigger stage.
Mhm.
Some of the top performers of that game, Tillman Johnson led the team with 15 points and 5 rebounds. Eli Ballstead led the team in rebounds with 8, as well as 6 points, as well as DJ Green led the team in assists with 5 and had 4 points himself. Jumping over to the next game, we had a thriller on our hands for this one. We had a win 72-70 on the buzzer. I'm gonna call it a buzzer beater. But another complete team performance. Some of the top performers, we got Tyler Cartner led the team in points and rebounds with 18 points and 14 rebounds. Tillman Johnson had 16 points, 11 rebounds. Eli Ballstead again had 16 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists. Colin Griffith had 11 points, and then DJ Green again had 8 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists. So we got a lot of great performers on that team right now, and it's great to just see them rolling. The men's team is actually 3-1 on the season with a 3-game winning streak, and they're also 1-0 at home. So again, back at the barn. They love to be there.
Yep.
As Coach Bevel said on the show kind of earlier in the season, they lost previous or they lost a good amount of games last year just in one possession games, and they were looking to kind of add a new couple more transfers, couple more seniors this year, which they did. So it's great to see them that they can start out the season. So they're 2-0 in one scoring game. So keep it going.
Yep, awesome to see, and it's cool to see, what Coach Bevel said on the show earlier this season kind of come to fruition as he was saying that that's kind of the areas they needed to improve in, and they did, and now they're winning the games in the close matches. And so now to women's volleyball as their magical season came to an end this week as they lost to Trinity in the NCAA tournament. So we'll be coming out with the season recap this week. Keep your eyes out for that. And also to kind of note with the home record, the women's volleyball team was 10-1 at home this season. So special shout out to them, especially the seniors who were part of a pretty historic dominant run as they were conference champions 3 out of the 4 years for those seniors who attended there. So a lot of success and creating, quite the successful blueprint for, the future of women's volleyball there. And shout out to obviously Coach Baker. She won Coach of the Year in the conference. So a lot of, future's looking bright for the women's volleyball team.
Yeah, for sure. Just going off that, it's great to see, 3 years, 3 out of the 4 years they won the conference championship. And that just kind of says a lot to not only the players, but the coaches and
Mhm.
as well as a whole program. And I think it's just great to see that the seniors were able to lead those guys and be able to show how dominant they really were and all the skill that SVU really has.
Yep.
Alrighty, so just jumping over to football. Last week they played the Grange. That was our last game of the year. So that wraps up the season for them. They're looking to, just kind of bounce back, reconvene a little bit in the offseason, see if they can turn things around a little bit.
Yep. And then we posted their season recap there, and then so make sure to check that out on the socials. And with rugby, you guys want to continue to send stats or anything your way, we'll crank one out for that as well. And then on to men's cross country as Kalen Roeder competed in the NCAA cross country championship. So another night competing in an NCAA tournament. He raced in the 8K, finishing with a time of 26.04. So congrats to him on a spectacular season and the, numerous awards he won and championships he raced in and won this year. So congrats to him.
Yeah, just congratulations to him. Great performances all year round, and just continue to do what you're doing. Already jumping over to men's wrestling, they lost 3-41 against number 17 Averett, a very good opponent. Porter Keene had in the 149 weight class, he won with a 4-0 decision, as well as Jonathan Cox in the 185 weight class. And in an extra mat, actually pinned his opponent. So great performances from those two.
Yep. And then staying on the mat with women's wrestling, they had a dual kind of tournament where they faced a number of opponents. So dial in for this one. The women's wrestling team, and they placed fifth place in this duel. So they first faced off against Lee, losing that match, but Dusty Casperson crushed her opponent 10-0. McKenna Dolt also crushed her opponent 10-0. And then Avery Johnson pinned her opponent. And then on to Liberty, where they won that match 23-21, where they had multiple wins via forfeit. And then Alyssa Pace cruised to a 13-2 victory. Laura Johnson smashed her opponent again 10-0. And then on to they lost 24-22 to Utica. Gracie Blake pinned her opponent very quickly. I think it was like 30 seconds or something like that. And then several points earned off the victory for the forfeit. And they won versus Marymount 26-22, where Alyssa Pace, Gracie Blake, and Elvira Johnson all pinned their opponents. So great victory there. And then down to Lock Haven University, where they lost. Elvira Johnson won her match 10-5 in that decision, and they faced off against Eastern Strasbourg, I think, who was the host of the tournament, 6-41, where Dusty Casperson won 10-0 again. And then also Dusty Casperson won via tech fall against Western New England University. In that match, they lost 6-43. So a lot of good success there, a lot of wins. Good to see them on the mat getting that done. And like I said, a fifth place finish for the women's wrestling team there.
Yeah, thanks. All right, so jumping over to everybody's favorite part, SVU Players of the Week. So let's just jump into it. Again, everybody, thank you for the countless votes we received for the players. It's always great to see everybody contributing and see all the great performances and talents that we have. Let's just jump into it. The men's player of the week is going to go to Tillman Johnson, a junior from Mesa, Arizona. He averaged a double-double this week, averaging 13.5 points and 13 rebounds in these games this week. So great performance by him. Jumping over to the Women's Player of the Week, it goes to Abigail Snyder, a junior from Rocky Ford, Colorado. Abigail, she also averaged a double-double this week and averaged 16 points and 10 rebounds throughout the week. So very great performances from those two. And again, it was a hard decision, but thank you for everybody for voting and sending in their opinions.
Yep.
So jump right on.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and I appreciate that. And continue those. Keep them coming our way. We love to tally up the votes and kind of get out those player of the weeks and have a special kind of award for them. And so that kind of wraps up the week this week and have the upcoming games. Pretty late week as it's Thanksgiving, so it's just Tuesday. Men and women's basketball are both home. Washington and Lee. So the men's will be facing and women's will be facing Stevenson University. And so that's going to wrap up our episode of SV Sports Weekly. Thanks for all those who joined and tuned in, and continue to like and share and comment on the social posts, and stay tuned for more to come.
Yep. Thanks everybody for joining again. It's been a pleasure to just give you guys all the information and everything sports related that we can give you. Again, it's Thanksgiving weekend, so everybody have a great Thanksgiving, and we'll see you next week.